Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. Happy Friday to you. B.A.S.S just came out with a new revised payout schedule after forming an angler committee. Wow, what a novel idea. Form an angler committee, get feedback from the anglers, and then come up with a new payout schedule. Kind of doing things backwards, but not my organization to run. Just, kind of look at and go, not quite getting it. But I have a new idea to throw into the mix here. Now, I just think, quite honestly, that instead of trying to run B.A.S.S as a sport and payouts, let's just run it as a reality TV show. Let's call it what it is. It's a contest, and it's quite honestly a lot of reality TV. When we come back, I'm going to explain my thinking behind all of this. You might agree with me when it gets down to it. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. Real quick, guys, before I get into this, please hit that subscribe button. Send me your comments at the end of this. I think you're going to have some, and I'd love to hear from you. Hit that notification button, too, because when you do that, then it notifies you when we put out new content, and we do that Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock. All right, let's get into this. You may think I'm being facetious here when I talk about running B.A.S.S as a reality TV show. And let me explain, I'm not talking about the reality TV in terms of all of the drama that goes on. That's actually not what I'm talking about. What I am talking about is the fact that let's just call it what it is. Bass fishing is not a true sport. Okay, and I know that goes against a lot of what we, including me, kind of want it to be. But the reality is that if you've got a professional football player, a professional baseball player, whatever it is, golfer, those athletes get endorsements, and a lot of times those endorsements don't have anything to do with the sport they play. Yes, they might endorse a certain golf ball or a certain set of clubs. Very rarely do you see a quarterback endorsing a football. Instead they're endorsing cologne or underwear or something like that. Now, again, the same thing happens in fishing. I'm endorsed by a painting company. So I get it. They aren't always related to the sport. But the fact of the matter is that a pro athlete is getting paid to perform that sport, and the endorsements are supplemental income. With a majority of the bass fishermen, the endorsements or sponsorships are their primary source of income. We are there to use certain products, demonstrate that we're using those products, and that those products are effective in our fishing success, because that then turns around and sells products. Doesn't matter whether it's a boat, motor, fishing lure, rod, reel, line, whatever it is. So let's call it what it is. A fishing contest where I'm successful using certain products demonstrates the success, the quality of that product, which gets consumers to purchase that product. It's a platform. A bass fishing tournament is a platform to demonstrate how successful those products are. That's where the majority of benefit to bass tournaments comes from a sponsor level. So let's run it like a reality TV show, meaning and when I say that, I mean like Survivor or The Amazing Race or something like that. It's a contest with paid participants. Every participant that goes on a reality TV show is paid a certain amount. Granted, if that reality TV show is formatted in the format of a contest, the person who wins gets $1 million or whatever, and then all of those other contestants get lower amounts. But everybody gets paid to participate in that contest. The winner won against the other participants. So it doesn't matter whether the other participants got second place, third place, 40th place. They were still a valuable means of establishing who was best. I was first, they were 50th. 50th, I still beat all of those other guys, and so they were all important to establish who won that particular contest. So they should all be paid. When you set it up that way, there would be benefits to this. First of all, from our standpoint as anglers, we're going into a contest knowing we're going to get paid for our work, the work that we did during that week. Whether we came in first or last, we still get paid for that work. And that pay is performance related. If I came in last, I get a lower amount of pay than a first place finisher or a 10th place finisher. But I'm still getting paid for my performance. I am a paid participant. Now I can, as a professional angler, make a decision where I know my salary for that season is going to be this as a minimum and this as a potential high. And I can go and get my endorsement deals to supplement that guaranteed income. Again, this is using the no entry fees. I'm not paying anything to participate. I'm getting paid to participate because I'm adding value to the league, which is putting on a program, a show, one that they can then demonstrate is getting a certain amount of viewership and warrants a certain value to its sponsors for being advertisers in that show that they put on. Let me give you an idea of what a payout structure would look like if everyone was getting paid. And guys, when I put this payout structure on the screen, you'll notice that first place is still getting $100,000. And the first through 10th are getting decent dollar amounts. Then the payout goes down 11th through 30th, and then 31st through 80th get basically an appearance fee. Everybody is getting paid. Now, in my scenario that I wrote up, the B.A.S.S elites would have a total of 80 participants. They would cut the field from the current size to 80. But the reason that I did that is because I wanted to show that you could use this kind of a model and stay within the original budget that B.A.S.S had given prior to this new structure that they came out with, where the anglers are contributing $10,000 a piece to get the payouts up. But this, you could run it this way without the anglers having any kind of contribution, and everybody gets paid. Now, the second benefit to this would be that since everybody is a paid participant, this fixes problems related to rules and related to social media posts where guys, I'm using the very famous James Watson situation with MLF, but now with everybody being a paid participant, as opposed to, hey, I'm a customer, I'm paying the organization and I can say whatever I want. Now, as a paid participant, I'm in fact a quasi-employee of the organization, and there's no doubt that the organization can have contracts that state, hey, you're not allowed to make posts that negatively impact the organization. Rules are, if you violate the rules, you are in essence fired as a participant. We'll get another participant in to replace you, and it becomes much more, the organization has much more leverage to then enforce rules or enforce situations, relative to behavior, conduct, and things like that. To me, this might be a solution that actually benefits both sides for the things that they kind of struggle with that are considered gray areas. And I think that it might get a lot of support. I'm curious as to what you guys think about it. Is the biggest negative here is that we're almost admitting that bass fishing isn't really a sport? Are there other negatives that I'm not considering? I'd love to hear your comments about it. Guys, I appreciate you tuning into the channel. Hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you again on Monday for another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors.